So in order to avoid feeling embarrassed and to avoid angering people and getting told off for trying to film them, the best solution that I could come up with was to secretly film them using a GoPro.
No moi, it's Joinen. And if you're a long-term viewer of the channel, you may remember a video of mine where I talked about the peculiar YouTube channel hiding in my room. And I figured for those of you not keeping up with his channel, it would be worth taking a revisit to see just what he's up to. Because if he's anything, he's a very interesting fellow and he's got some very interesting things to say. Just the other day, he filmed this video, how I secretly film people without them knowing. She didn't even notice. Oh no. I met Elvis the alien, the Asian Onision too. Right. Well, if you're interested in this topic, there is some further reading over on Elvis the Alien's channel, which you can go and watch after this video. But I wanted to show you this video specifically. Hey, there's that chick that didn't notice. So I guess he's just walking around a Japanese arcade for some reason. What's he getting? A juice? He didn't notice either. Well, I suppose you really got him, didn't you? What a fool, didn't even notice he was secretly being recorded.
So today I want to talk about how and why I secretly film people using my GoPro 7.
Alright, let's hunker down and see how on earth you can justify this.
It began when I noticed that some people enjoy watching me interact with other people. It also helps me get the video to 10 minutes.
Well, he's anything but not honest.
So you might be wondering, why do I do it secretly? Why don't I just walk up to people with the camera in my hand and make it obvious that I'm filming them?
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm wondering.
There's several problems with that. Number one, I just don't really feel comfortable walking up to people and then filming them. I think most people would not like it if a stranger just came up to them and then started filming without telling them why. For me personally, I would find it very irritating if someone just came up to me and started filming me.
Is that supposed to be a justification? Because you do realize you actually are filming them. You're just not letting them know that you're filming them. Which, I can pretty confidently speak on behalf of everyone, is definitively worse.
So in order to avoid feeling embarrassed and to avoid angering people and getting told off for trying to film them, the best solution that I could come up with was to secretly film them using a GoPro.
No! What ridiculous line of thinking led you to that point? You don't want people to get angry with you for filming them. So, you don't film them? No! You just don't tell them you're filming them. Surely, you've got to be self-aware enough to realize the problem there.
Okay, so I have the GoPro attached to where I normally attach it. As you can see, it's not very obvious that I have a GoPro attached to my chest.
I think it's kind of obvious. I think most people see that you do have a GoPro attached to your chest, but most people aren't just assuming that you are secretly recording them for your personal projects.
Top tip is to wear dark colors so the GoPro blends into whatever you're wearing.
Alright, sure. Thanks, Daniel. I will take that tip and put that in my pocket of tips I am never going to use.
And to make the GoPro less noticeable, you may have realized that I have black tape taped to the front of the GoPro. That's because the GoPro has a front-facing screen that shows you numbers when you start recording, and this will just give it away.
Probably illegal. Very immoral at the very least. If you're trying to film someone, you actually should be making it as obvious as you possibly can that they are being filmed, so that if they do not want to be filmed, they can let you know. You literally said yourself that you would get annoyed if someone was filming you. Would you not prefer to know that they were filming you?
Well, you just cover up the screen using black tape. It's not rocket science. I also turned off all of the sounds the GoPro makes when you start recording, and I also turned off the LED lights. Usually there's a red light that flashes and blinks when you're recording. That can be very annoying.
This guy lives in Japan, and you may not know this about Japan, but pretty much every phone that gets released has a camera shutter sound that cannot be turned off. This person says it has something to do with preventing upskirt photos, and upon Googling it, it's a legal requirement for phones to have a shutter sound in Japan. This person says it's not a legal requirement. It's actually just an agreement between the cell phone companies to do it because the government politely asked them to do something regarding creepy shots before they needed to step in, and this was the industry agreement. If it's not enabled, the major cell phone carriers won't sell the phone, but there are zero legal ramifications for buying or selling a phone with it disabled. So, creepy photos are already a problem in Japan, enough that no phone is sold in Japan without shutter sounds. The crazy thing here is that Daniel might actually believe that his usage of the footage that he's taking is nothing creepy, and it's just purely for his YouTube videos. I have no idea if this is legal or not. It might be, but realistically, no one else has any way of knowing his intentions of taking this footage. He might believe that he's not a creep, but to everyone else, this is pretty freakily creepy. And he's just made a tutorial on YouTube to teach everyone how he gets away with sneakily recording people without their knowing.
A stealth mode GoPro, very hard to notice, especially when you're wearing a black t-shirt. And you may be wondering, don't people ever notice that you're filming them? And the answer is no, not really. Yes, sometimes when I'm playing back the video, I do notice that they're looking directly into the lens of the GoPro, but that just means that they've noticed the GoPro. They still don't know if I'm filming them.
Yeah, that's called benefit of the doubt.
There's no way they can actually tell if you're filming or not unless they touch the GoPro, and most people won't touch your stuff.
So you're just taking advantage of people's trust in you that you're actually not filming them, even though you are.
Now there's a very nifty trick that the GoPro can do, and that is to turn off the display. Just imagine the scenario that you're filming and then they ask you to stop filming. You just say, I'm not filming, and then you do this. Look.
Oh my goodness. Not only are you secretly recording people, you are also tricking them and continuing to record them even after they tell you to stop. How are these words coming out of your mouth and you're not realizing what you're saying?
So the only way they'll find out that you're filming is if they ask you to touch the screen to reactivate it. And no one's going to ask you to do that. No one's asked me to do that. So you'll be fine. And you might be thinking, oh, it's not very nice of you, Daniel, to secretly film people.
Yep, that's what all of us are thinking. Except maybe 637 people that gave you a thumbs up for some reason.
Yeah, it's not very nice. But I don't think it's very nice when people leave rude comments about me on my comment section, calling me a dickhead and telling me to F off. I don't think that's very nice either.
What? That's not how this works. You are upset that people leave mean comments on your videos, and so that justifies you taking creepy secret footage? How do these things connect at all?
But do you see me complaining about it?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
And if you think about it, we're all being filmed without our permission all of the time. You walk into a shop and the security camera's filming you. You don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, we do. It's in the name. It's for security. They're trying to make sure you're not going to steal something. It's not footage for some person's secret collection.
When I worked in a petrol station, we had hundreds and hundreds of terabytes of footage from the security cameras of customers. Who knows if the manager downloaded it all and then took it home and uploaded it somewhere.
Yeah, who knows? That would be a pretty terrible thing to do, wouldn't it? Imagine the shock horror of someone taking secret footage and uploading it somewhere.
You know those television programs where they show you funny clips from CCTV cameras of people trying to rob shops? They just upload that to TV without asking for anyone's permission.
No, they don't. It's called a talent release form. I don't know which specific program you're talking about, and maybe in said program they have footage of someone stealing something and they didn't get their permission. But at the very least, this is footage of someone committing a crime. What's your footage? Some innocent woman in an arcade who doesn't know that you're filming her. Why?
I just don't think it's a very big deal Everyone's filming everyone. And why do they complain anyway? It's not like their face is secret. They go outside and thousands of people see their faces anyway. Why would you complain about thousands of people seeing your face on a video online?
They've chosen to be in public, they haven't chosen to be in your private footage collection. There is a clear difference. You have chosen to be on YouTube and to put your face everywhere, but even then, you have actually only chosen for the specific footage that you have taken of yourself to be online for everyone to see it. I'm a YouTuber too, I understand. I put my face in public and it's kind of public stuff. But I've also had instances where people have found my personal Facebook profile photos and posted them online, and I've asked them politely to remove them because those photos were for friends and family, not for the general public. I don't think it's very hard to sympathize with the fact that we would like to choose what about ourselves is shown to the entire world.
You don't really care if thousands of people outside in public see your face when they walk past you.
But you do get to make the decision to do so. There also is a clear difference between someone just generally walking past you and someone having that footage of you forever.
I wonder what they're doing. Maybe they're fixing the bridge. Maybe they're hiding a secret prize, and the first person to climb up there and retrieve it wins the prize.
Probably. I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. In Japan, ignoring is better than confrontation, especially when you're dealing with a creep like Daniel. Yeah, not just in Japan, in general. First of all, people are probably giving you the benefit of the doubt that you are not recording them. Second of all, it's taking advantage of many people's just general avoidance of confrontation. There are absolutely people who are gonna tell you to stop recording, or why do you have a camera secretly recording people in an arcade? But there's just as many, maybe if not more people, who would just rather avoid that whole situation. That doesn't mean they've given you permission. Now, there's probably an argument for like, what about IRL live streamers who go around and they record themselves all day and all sorts of people get in their footage? And I think the key difference there is that they purposefully do make it quite conspicuous that they are recording. They're holding up an entire rig with a camera there and they're looking at the camera. They haven't got the camera pointing away from them, trying their hardest to conceal it so that hopefully nobody knows, because that is just way worse. Even by Daniel's standards, this video is creepy. Yeah, videos in the past of Daniel's, you can kind of criticize them, or maybe you could back him up and say, nah, he's just being Daniel. But this video is just objectively creepy. I'm proud of you, Daniel. Great stalker tutorial. Why do I get the feeling this video will be played in a courtroom one day? Yeah, this is not the kind of video anyone should be uploading to the public. That's what's so shocking to me about this. It shows such a lack of self-awareness to not just record people secretly, but to literally make a tutorial and explain how and why he records people secretly. Look, I'm not saying anything about any of his other videos. Just this video particularly is just so wrong. Anyway, I'm just gonna call it there. I hope you learned something from this video, but at the same time, I hope you don't ever apply that knowledge. Get some wholesome merch in the description below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching my video, but now that it's done, please watch another one.